we now want to format our charts. Now, looking at this plus icon, this is the chart element where you can add or remove some chart elements. Now, when I click on this, for instance, you see this axis. Now, when I uncheck this, it's actually going to remove something from this. Now, look at the chart very well, and I'm going to uncheck this now. Good. Now, I just unchecked it. Now, it removed the axis here. So, how about I check it back? Now it brings it back. So I can add any of this. Let's say I want to add the data table. I'll just click on it. Now this is the data table down here. So I do not need this, so I'm going to remove it. Okay, how about I need the data labels? I can just click on this. All right, I feel I need to use this data labels, so I'm just going to leave it here. All right, so now this is how you can actually add some chart elements. Now the next one is chart styles. I'll be clicking on my chart styles. Now these are my different chart styles I can use. I can decide to use any one of my choice. So I don't know which you prefer to use, so you can actually use any one of your choice here. So let's say I want to use this. All I have to do is just click on it, and then it has been inserted. So instead of having the sales lined up here, now I'm having it on every brick in my charts. Now that is just for the chart styles. Now we also have the filter where we can actually filter by categories. Now let's say for instance I do not need January or I don't need May. So all I have to do is to uncheck this and click on apply. Now May is no longer here. I've removed it. So if I need it back, I just click on it and then apply. It brings it back. So this is how we can now format this. Alright, so now let's see some other things we can actually do. Now we'll be moving over to the pivot chart. Now we're going to see how we can actually use the pivot chart on this. First, all we have to do now is to highlight them first. Highlight our charts. Good. Now after highlighting our charts, you just come straight to your insert. Then you see the pivot chart, you click on it. Now the first one is the table or the range. Now these are the table or the range. This is it. All of this here. So next, do we want this on a new worksheet or on existing worksheet? Okay, let's say I want it on a new worksheet. All I just do is to click on OK. Now this is it. With this, it actually allows us to filter also our axis, the legend, and the values. So how can we now insert our charts here? Now I'll just drag in the year. Let's say I want the year to be filtered. I'll put it here. Filter by year. Then also the product group. Let's say I want the product group under the legends. And this is it. These are the product groups. Then unitary costs, the axis. This is it. Or instead, let me just put it under the values. And this is the unitary cost. And then lastly, unitary price. This is it. So now this is just our charts. Alright, I feel maybe I need to take this here too. Alright, now this is it. So this is how we can actually go about with the pivot chart fields. Now this is it right here with the pivot. So even with our pivot charts, we can also analyze our data in Excel. Alright, so I can simply close this or take it out. So this is how we can actually go about with our pivots in Excel. Alright, one last thing. Let's go back there. Good. Now let's see how we can actually now use some other charts like the pie chart. Now for instance, I want to change this. Like I said earlier, all you have to do now is click on it. You come to your chart design, you see the change chart type, you click on it. Now let's try using the pie chart. I'll just click on this, then I can use any of this. So let's say I want to use this one. I just come click on OK. Now I just inserted this. Now looking at this, it's actually having all of the data on it. Now this is 974, this is 160, 700, which is all of this right here. So like I said earlier, if you want to select a particular month or sales, you just have to highlight it, then you come right straight to your insert and insert for that data you highlighted. Alright, so this is just how we can actually go about with our charts in Excel. Alright, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you have any question or if you have anything you would like to share with us, drop it in the comment section. And also, if you would like to learn more on summary reports using a pivot table, you can actually hit the next video at the top left here. That will take you through the step on how you can actually use and understand the pivot table in Excel. Alright, so see you guys now next class. Stay safe.